At the time when I first shared this dream on February the 10th of 2019, it seemed so bizarre to me that I would dream this in the month of February, but also because I wasn't even thinking about the 9/11 attack that we experienced in September of 2001. But I knew after I woke up from this dream that this was a dream from the Lord. Please take a listen. I wanted to share this very quick dream I had early this morning on February the 10th. In the dream, it started out where I was in a school setting and the classroom was in an auditorium. And we were in there watching a movie. The lights were out and there were many people sitting on the bleachers in this classroom. Basically, we was watching this movie and I heard in the movie something pertaining to 9/11. But the way that it was mentioned, it was almost more subtle. It was subliminally placed in there in hopes that people wouldn't catch it, but I caught it. And when I heard it, I kind of froze in my seat. And I turned around and I started asking people, did y'all hear that? And people were kind of just looking at me, not fully understanding why I was asking the question. So I began to get up and begin to walk up and down the bleachers, talking to people, telling them that this is what they've done before, that they would subliminally put 9/11 in movies because they knew that they were planning an attack. And I told them, I said, this is exactly what they did before the 9/11 attack happened. And here it is, they're subliminally putting 9/11 in this movie. And I just kept asking the question, do y'all not get it? Don't you see what they're doing? And I remember I was still walking up and down the bleachers talking to people. And I told them, I said, another 9/11 attack is going to happen. I said, but it's not going to happen on 9/11. It's going to happen on another day. Did you catch what I said in this dream? I said that it's not going to happen on 9/11, but it's going to happen on another day. Check out these articles. The Lord basically dropped this dream in my spirit on yesterday, and I just felt led by the Holy Spirit to type into Google coronavirus 9/11 attack. I had no idea that these articles were going to pop up that I just shared with y'all. I hadn't even noticed that these were articles that were being made that was comparing the coronavirus to 9/11. So you guys, if you paid attention to the dream that I shared, I also stated that I was watching a movie and they were putting a subliminal message regarding something pertaining to another 9/11 attack. And I also made mention that this is something that they have done many times. They will put things in movies to tell exactly what they are planning on doing. And a lot of you guys have been connecting the dots with this coronavirus with movies that have been coming out, such as Pandemic, Contagion. And I know there were other movies as well that you guys had kind of put two and two together on. So you guys, it's just interesting how, again, God was showing what was going to take place. And I even said in that video, I didn't play the full clip, but I was saying that I kept being bombarded with 9/11. I just kept seeing 9/11 everywhere. And now I'm wondering if this is why God was constantly showing me that number. It was because of where we are today. Many of us are aware that the 9/11 attack did not come from terrorists, but it came from within. And this present situation that we're all facing right now, it is an attack from within. I want to share real quick another dream I had on September the 8th of 2018. And in this dream, someone that I know personally, she told me in this dream that she found out that September the 11th is when God will gather his people. And I knew at that very moment when she told me that in the dream that it was actually that day, that it was September the 11th. And I remember she told me to keep watching. And I looked up in the night sky and I began to pray and ask the Lord to make sure that I was found worthy to escape. The reason why I felt it was important to include this dream is because when you look at what we are facing today, when you look at how the world has shut down, how the economy has completely just tanked, and we're in a situation right now where they're talking about creating a vaccine that will have markers that will hold your personal and financial information. We're looking at how they're pushing for a cashless society. And when we hear these things, it points us to the rapture and the great tribulation beginning. Let me be very clear. I'm not saying that the rapture is going to happen this month. I'm not saying it's going to happen next month. I don't know. But what I am saying is, it's very hard to deny the dreams that God is constantly pointing me back to, and looking at the state of our world. It definitely seems possible that we are entering into that time. This is why I believe that I was shown in this dream that this attack, this 9/11 attack, it was going to happen on another day. And as we can see, this dream has came to pass almost a year to the date. Another 9/11 attack is going to happen. I said, but it's not going to happen on 9/11. It's going to happen on another day.